continue forward. I think today I'm going to pull cards and ask about this trad wife situation. You know, the uber right, these Christian nationalists, etc., keep pushing this saga that women need to be basically barefoot and pregnant at home, being a trad wife, traditional wife. So let's just see what the cards have to say about that. Now, some of the problem with it is that these women are home, they have no job, they have nothing, and then all of a sudden the guy decides he wants somebody younger or something, divorce, what she got to fall back on. Or they're in an abusive situation. So I just want to pull cards and we'll see what they say. So the reading's going to be about the subject of, the Nine of Wands. So standing there at the house, and what's in front of her? The snarling lions. So she's there as the basically protector of the home environment. Okay. So let's see the energy coming into it. It's about what's being handed out realistically when it comes to this. Okay. She's got no income. She's got to depend on the husband and be the keeper of the home. So above it, we have the choices made in life, the path being walked, and the foundation is this mental restriction, okay? Mentally, the choice is, again, being the keeper of the home. So let's see what we have. The energy going on a daily basis, the dark side, the dark drama, being chained and boxed in, if you will. As you can see in this, the devil card, being chained. He's got the chains on him and he's got the head boxed in. So this boxed in mentality, secured by chains. The challenge with it is, being outside of a genuine spirituality. The realistic part of this, the Five of Pentacles. Because most of these trad wives and the guys will use the thing that the woman needs to be subservient to the man, etc. But they forget the other part. You know, the men are supposed to be taking care of the women like Christ takes care of the church. But that's not what takes place with most of these. They're run roughshod over these women. So above it, the Ace of Swords, the mentality that's being seen on this, the new mentality that takes place, which is what? Dark. Keep them chained, keep them subservient. And underneath of it, the foundation is the Ace of Pentacles. So the new reality is that they repress them mentally. Okay? It's not looking good, is it? Potential outcome is the Mind of Cups. Okay? So this mental realm based on the emotions, king emotions, outside influence is the Nine of Pentacles, or the fullness of this reality, or the, how do I want to say it, the wealth. It's about the wealth of the reality. And it's based on these emotions the guys have. Above it, restrictive. Mentally emotionally, the Three of Swords, mentally restricted, emotionally restricted, painful. Okay? And the foundation is the Moon, based on their delusion. Okay? Based on this ideology that they have. So let's see what's driving it. The held ideas, the reality of what's being held, the Four of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, when it comes to the whole thing of the family, what's grown the tree, realistically, what's taking place. Eight of Cups, this emotional distancing that can take place. Okay. The Three of Wands, so what's coming in, the actions that are coming in when it comes to this. The Ten of Wands, the burden that's placed upon these women. Number 14, Temperance, okay? Wanting to have some balance. When it comes to Three of Pentacles, what's being built, the realistic things being built. And the Seven of Pentacles, the harvest. Okay, the harvest that comes out of this. The Ten of Cups, when it comes to the foundation of family, etc., or when it comes to society in general. It's about the Two of Pentacles, what's being juggled, realistically being juggled. And, of course, High Priestess, what's being hidden. The Death, following that is the Death. So, I mean, a lot of these women just feel the death of soul, the death of their happiness, the death of, you know. Now, this is not saying every single trad wife is in that, but this is more what they're finding in the reality of it. Okay? So it's about what's being shared. When it comes to the Star card, many times of this, the narcissism that goes with some of this by these men, rather than the higher elements. If we look at the higher elements, we want to come to the Heart of Swords, the truth of it. The truth of it. Looking at the truth, what's coming out. The Heart of Wands, the actions that are taking place. Okay? And the wanting to get to someplace better, moving this along mentally about what's being restricted. Okay? The mental restrictions, the mind of actions, of rulership, etc. And there is an underlying agreement, the Three of Cups, about the manipulations, the magician, the manipulations. Okay? So we'll leave it there. It's, you know, if you have a traditional family where there is love and respect, but so many of these ones, of these Christian nationalists, finding out how many of them have we seen, even these preachers and stuff, coming out and they're having affairs, they're, you know, behind the scenes, okay? These men are not being faithful to their wives. The wives are left there, taking care of the children, etc. They're being disrespected. Basically, they're treated like slaves in the home. Okay? and the men want to hold it over them about the kids and about finance and this and that. Now, I just saw another thing the other day about these guys that, are single fathers now. Why? A lot of them because they didn't want to have to pay child support. So they'll take the kids, then they find out how absolutely hard it is being a single parent. Now they're singing the blues, they're crying the blues, boo-hoo, boo-hoo. Well, they've got more, they make more money than the women, okay? So they have more ability financially to care for the kids, which they wanted just because they didn't want to have to pay the, or just out of spite, just out of spite. So you see now these single fathers that are, singing the blues, actually having to see what it takes care, to take care of a household, the kids, all the stuff that goes in with it. Okay? The reality check is hitting. And now we have, because of all this stuff going on, these men just being so disrespectful to women that they're more and more women are deciding not to get married or not to have children. Now, both my kids decided not to have kids, and I can't argue with that, with the way society is now and all of that. I don't think if I were a young person and looking at, the prospects of marriage, this and that, you can't afford to buy a house, you can't afford, there's so much disrespect going on now, etc. That, and just raising kids, it's a really difficult thing at this present time. So, can't fault them for that. But anyway, yeah, the whole thing with this is just to say that society needs to change. We need to, we're having the split taking place. And there are those that are going towards the 4D, 5D realms that want to bring back, basic respect. Okay, respect, honor the things of coming from a genuine heart rather than what can I get out of this? How can I use this? How can I abuse this? That drama that goes on. Okay. Now I see some of these ones dating and some of these, just on both sides, it's a lot of negatives going on. You see some of these women that put themselves on a pedestal and go out there on these dates and are demanding this and demanding that. And I've seen some real crazy stuff out there. Okay? Then we see some of the men out there, and I've looked at some of these dating sites to see what's going on there, and it was like, what I saw there was the men being very disrespectful and looking for a sex buddy without strings is basically what I saw, a lot of that stuff going on out there. I want a sex buddy without strings, yeah. I want a nurse, I want a purse, I want a sex buddy. Oh, that's so attractive. So anyway, on both sides of the fence, whether it's the younger generation, the older generation, things need to really change and come back to a sense of respect and just having some, how do I want to say it? Yeah, just honor and respect for people. I think we've lost it on both sides. And so there's a lot of things that need to change. And we are going forward, and again, those that of that shadow mindset of the ego and this drama and use and abuse, that can go their direction as long as they want. But the rest of society, it's time to bring in these changes and want to get some balance into place. Again, some respect going forward, and just having some politeness, some things coming back in that had been lost along the way. So on that note, I'll leave that here. We'll see you online. Maybe I've ruffled feathers with this one, but it is what it is. Thanks for tuning in.